everyone. In this video, we will be writing an equation of a line that is perpendicular to a given line passing through a point. In this example that we have here, we are given a line and our task is to determine what is the equation of that other line that is perpendicular to this given line, and that line is perpendicular at the same time passing through this point 6,2. So there are two steps that we need to go over in order that we can determine that equation of a line. So the first step that we have here is to determine the equation of the perpendicular line. So first, we determine the slope of the line that is given to us. So in this problem here, the slope that we have on this line right here is 2/5. So I'm going to write 2/5. And then we are going to determine the slope of the perpendicular line. So what is the slope of that line? So the rule for two perpendicular lines, we can tell that they are perpendicular if we can answer yes to these two questions. So the first question is that, are the two slopes opposite in terms of their sign? The other one is positive and the other one is negative. And the other question that we can ask is, are the two slopes reciprocal to each other? That means have their fractions flipped. So if we can answer yes to those questions, then we can go ahead and say that the two lines are perpendicular to each other. So in order that we can find the perpendicular slope, we are going to switch the sign. Since this is positive, I'm going to have a negative sign. And I will have to flip the fraction. So the slope of the perpendicular line is 5/2. So as you can see, these two slopes are opposite reciprocal. So that means they are their signs have been switched and their fractions have been flipped. So this will be the slope that we're going to use to find that line that is perpendicular to this line. So we can go ahead and label this one as well as our x and y. So that's our x and y right there. So we can go ahead and say, we can go ahead and write the slope-intercept form of a line. That's y equals mx plus b. Our y is 2, so I'm going to write 2 here. Our m of the perpendicular line is -5/2, so -5/2. The x that we have here is -6. And then it says in this step that we keep the b part. So I'm just going to write plus b. Now we are going to simplify these two here. So this would be 2 equals -5 times -6 is a positive 30/2 plus b. And so 30 divided by 2 is 15. So this would be 2 equals 15 plus b. And so we are going to subtract 15 from both sides. So minus 15 and minus 15. So then we get the y-intercept for this perpendicular line would be b is equals to -13. And we are now ready to write the equation of that perpendicular line, or the line that is perpendicular to this line right here. In order that we can write that line after we've gone through this first step, we have to change only the m and the b part. So then we can go ahead and write the equation as y equals, our m is -5/2, so -5/2x. Our b is the one that we solved in the first step. That's -13. So this is the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line right here. And this line is passing through this point. On the left side, you will see the graphical version of this problem here. I used red for the first line that we have here. It's red in color. And then I used blue for the other line right here. So looking at the graph that I've shown you on the left side, we can tell that these two lines here are perpendicular to each other. That means these two lines are forming 90-degree angles on their point of intersection. So this blue line actually is passing through this point, -6,2. Okay, at this time, I would encourage you to pause this video and try this problem out on your own. And when you're done, unpause it and check your answer. Okay, so we go over the problem here. So first, we are going to determine the slope of this line right here. So the given slope, since this is in slope-intercept form, that would be -3/2. And the slope of the perpendicular line is, remember, we are going to switch the sign. So this becomes positive here and flip the fraction. So that would be 2/3. This time around, it's already positive because again, we switch the sign and flip the fraction. So this is the slope of the perpendicular line. Okay, so we're ready to label this as x and y. So this is our x, this is our y. And then we write the slope-intercept form. That would be y equals mx plus b. We plug these values in. Our y is -5. The m for the perpendicular line is 2/3. So that's 2/3. Then the x that we have on this coordinate is -15. So that's -15 plus b. So this comes out -5 equals 2 times -15 is -30. And then that is over 3 plus b. -30 divided by 3 is -10 plus b. So we want the b by itself. So that would be a +10 and +10. So then we are able to have b on the right side by itself. So that is b is equal to, this is going to be a +5. So then our equation, again, please remember when we write the equation, we are supposed to change only the m and the b. So in this problem right here, we can go ahead and write y is equal to the perpendicular, or the slope of the perpendicular line would be 2/3, 2/3 x, and then the b that we solved is a +5. So this is the equation of the line that is perpendicular to this line right here, and this blue line is passing through this point. On the left side, you will see the graphical version of this problem. I used red color for the first line, the line that is given to us, and I used blue color for the line that we have solved. And then as you can see, both of these two lines, the red and the blue, are perpendicular, meaning these two lines are intersecting at one point only, and on that point of intersection, they form 90-degree angle. Okay, so as you can see here, this blue line is passing through this point right here. And we are able to get the equation of that line. Did you get the same answer as this? Good. Perfect. If you found this video helpful, hit like and subscribe for more math videos. See ya!